shoes at sunrise. Camera in her hand, hope in her eyes. Dust on the trail, sky open wide. Talking about grace with every stride. Welcome to Lori's Soul Circle. Come walk a little while, talking faith, talking courage, laughing, crying, finding light inside. Step by step, she reminds you you are stronger than you knew. Lori's Soul Circle, God's love walking with you. She's breathing out fear on the hillside, turning every hurt into a highlight. A little roadside cross, she nods her head, says, you ain't alone in the words he said. Welcome to Lori's Soul Circle. Come walk a little while, talking faith, talking courage, laughing, crying, finding light inside. Step by step, she reminds you you are stronger than you knew. Lori's Soul Circle, God's love walking with you. She says, lift your eyes, even when the path gets steeper. Every valley, every question, he's still leading with your feet. So you walk, so you breathe, you believe. Welcome to Lori's Soul Circle. Come walk a little while, talking faith, talking courage, laughing, crying, finding light inside. Step by step, she reminds you you are stronger than you knew. Lori's Soul Circle. Walk a little while, talking faith, talking courage, laughing, crying, finding light inside. Step by step, she reminds you you are stronger than you knew. Lori's Soul Circle, God's love walking with you.
Hello, everybody. Guess welcome to Sunday night. Hate to say goodbye to the weekend. What did everybody do this weekend? I actually had a really good weekend, which I'm trying to think what made it really good, but it was really good. So let me see who's here. Hello, Mike. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're feeling well. Rhonda, how are you, hon? How you doing? Oh, don't you love this song? And for who doesn't know, Daniel from DG Outdoor Channel made that song for me. So, yeah, I love it too. I love it very, very much. I don't know if he'll pop in tonight, but definitely a shout out to him. Oh, hey, Ciel, how are you, hon? Lots of hellos. Hello, cool kids. Cool kid table. Can I sit with you tonight? I'll behave. Are you really going to behave, Scott? I'm not sure we would want you to behave. I think you add a little spice. So we like the spiciness. Hey, Debbie Sue, how are you, hon? I'm behind on videos, but the last video I saw of yours, Debbie Sue, it was the one that you were down. I want to say it was a creek or something behind your house. Oh my goodness. If I had that creek running behind my house, I would be there all the time, you know, between the birds and the sound of the water. I actually have this water fountain here in my office because I just love that sound. I would be down there all the time. So definitely a blessing if that's close by to you. Um, See, Rhonda's nice. She said you could. You could sit with us. Everybody's saying hello. Hey, Allie, how are you, hon? Hey, Soul Circle peeps. I kind of like that too. Does anybody like those peeps? I do not, but you know the peeps that come out at Easter time? So they're everywhere right now in the grocery stores. Sunday fun day. It was fun today. My son and granddaughter stopped by today. So yes, that was a blast. Of course, he stops in and he's like, oh, I didn't bring her any lunch. Do you have any lunch? But she is now eating human food. So we were able to cook her a steak tip and stuff. So that was fun. It was fun to have her here running up and down the stairs and just, oh my goodness, I forget. I brought her down because my youngest daughter, she had a craft room in the house and there's still stuff in the craft room. Obviously, she doesn't really use it anymore. But I took her down to this big tub of stickers and she was picking out some stickers and then she just carried them everywhere for the rest of her visit. It was so cute. I just forget how amazing kids are. So if anybody who is around grandchildren or have little ones like you, Allie, oh my goodness, just soak up those minutes. They go by so quickly. And I definitely finally get the whole, grandparent thing. You always heard, oh, grandparents have the best job. I loved being a parent. I loved being a mom. I loved raising my children. But I have to say the grandchildren are better simply because I think you have the time now to just sit and just watch them and not have to think about other things you have to do because you realize how quickly it goes by. So, man, I just love every moment. I visited the owls yesterday. Do you have an owl sanctuary or something, CL, near you? I absolutely love owls. Was it last year? I think it was last winter. An owl literally, as I was driving to the lake house, went right over the hood of my car. It was amazing. And also where I grew up, place called Plum Island, there used to be a snowy white owl that would live near the bridge every winter. It would show up there for years, year after year. So that was kind of cool too. But let me know, CL. So do you have an owl sanctuary near you? Is that what it might be? Hey, Cheryl, how are you, hon? I'm glad you could come in. Hey, Dana. I loved your the last video I saw of yours, which was the biscotti. I think it was your grandmother's recipe. And I think I shared that my mother-in-law had a great biscotti recipe. Everything she did was amazing, but I really liked it. And maybe when you're sharing some of those recipes, just talk about the times that you were with your grandmother. I'm so enamored hearing about people's stories with, whether it's with their mom, their dad. I don't know. I didn't have any of those stories, so I really, really like them. So just a thought. I'd love to hear about them. Owls. Just got home from a kid birthday party and it was so fun. Yeah, aren't they fun, Allie? Was it someplace special? I mean, we used to have them oh my goodness. Everywhere you could imagine there would be a birthday party. All the different venues and whatnot. And to be honest, the kids always said the best birthday parties were just the ones that we would have at the house, whether they could go sledding out back, or we also, growing up, my husband would build a hockey rink every year in the backyard. So my son's birthday's in January, so he used to have, the kids in the neighborhood over for his birthday or whatever. So it was a lot of fun. I think I went out of town Thursday till today to celebrate my grandson's birthday. Oh, that's awesome, Rhonda. How old is he, hun? Is he Is he young? Is he older? Because I do have a grandson who's also 26. And then I have my youngest grandson who's only 2 months. So I get quite the range there from 2 months to 26 years old. Cookie Monster. Yep, Dana. Debbie Sue. I've been called out. She's on to me, guys. Love that nickname, Momster. Yeah, Cookie Momster. I like that too. Let me see. All right, I'll stop there. I got to remember I stopped at Mike. Rhonda, sounds fun. I can be your right? So, when you say you went away for the weekend, Rhonda, so do they not live near you? Are they outside of Texas? Did you have to fly? Did you have to deal with any of that crazy travel, or were you just able to drive wherever they were? So let us know. Actually, one of the things I had done this weekend was I went to the beach, just more to walk and reflect. Obviously, it's still freezing here, but let me see. I don't know. Can you see it? I found a piece of beach glass. And I don't know if anybody else collects beach glass, but I'm a huge collector. I have been collecting it probably since my 20s. A friend had introduced me to it, and I grew up on a beach, and I never collected it when I was young. But I have this huge apothecary jar of it, huge, and from all over the world. You know, whether we've gone to Aruba, St. Lucia. When my daughter was studying abroad, she had gone to several different countries. She went to the Amalfi Coast in Italy, and she went to Greece. And she brought me back sea glass from both of those locations. So my jar is definitely full of all different beach glass from all over the world. But most of it is obviously from the beach, not too far from us. But even the reason I'm bringing it up, it's like, okay, Lori, what's your point? Well, first, does anybody else collect beach glass, or am I the only one? Am I the only crazy one? And the other thing I started collecting last year too were rocks, heart rocks, when I was walking the beach. So I've just started collecting those. But anyways, I was looking at this beach glass, and it kind of got me thinking, right? Just if a beach glass could tell a story of where it started, and everywhere it's traveled, and all the rocks it's hit, and all the cliffs it's hit, and the waves that have crashed it around. Because obviously, the beach glass starts as a broken piece of glass that has jagged edges, right? And this is pretty smooth. It's almost like, I don't know, like a smoked glass now or whatever, because it's been banged up so much. I don't know. And it kind of just got me thinking, I mean, isn't this us? Isn't this us? You know, we just start off as a jagged piece of glass, and we get tossed around from different life events, our stories. And we actually, you know, getting through those seasons, you become more beautiful each time. Because to me, this is obviously, it's a gorgeous piece of glass. And honestly, they're usually not this big. This was a really big one. So I felt, that's why I was thinking about it so much. I felt like there was a message here, because I don't believe in coincidences. So I don't know. It just got me thinking that, you know, maybe this is us. This is my community. As, you know, we're all sea glass, right? The Sea Glass Collective. And we all have our own stories, and we all have been banged around a lot. But we're all pretty beautiful. So anyways, I wanted to share that. So now beach glass is going to have even more of a meaning. And I did bring in the jar just so you could see. Let's see if I can do this without dropping it. Yeah. Can you see this? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Can you see? And I do have fairy lights in there, and I turned them on just so you guys could see it. But this is, I don't know, this is maybe, it's at least a foot tall, and it's almost full. But all different colors. And I don't know if anybody else collects it, but the rarest, we do have a couple pieces of red in here. And I think purple's the most rare, but I do not have a purple piece. So, but I have a couple red, I have some blues, mostly green, browns, but whites, maybe the third rare. So anyways, so I just wanted to share that. So let me know if anybody else collects it. You love that creek. Yes. So is it near you then, Debbie Sue? I don't remember what you said. My goodness, I would be planting a chair there because you could hear it. You could hear, running through just over your phone or camera. It is peep season. Do you like peeps, Scott? Are you a peep guy? They're all different flavors now. They're not even just regular peeps anymore. I think I saw the Swedish fish peeps. I don't know if anybody else has seen those. So I like Swedish fish. But I don't think I could do peeps. Hey, Jen, how are you, hon? I'm glad you could come in. Hopefully you had a nice weekend, too. Hey, Rhonda. Say no to the peep sugar bombs. That they are. And it's funny you say sugar bombs. Do you know what else not too long ago I found out was a sugar bomb? Are grapes. I used to think, oh, I'm eating grapes. It's healthy for you. And they do a number to your sugar. I've learned. So, but I love grapes. Hey, Glenn, how are you, hon? Hello. I do not like the peeps. I'm with you, Allie. I'm with you. Hello, hello. We do have an amazing community, Jen. I agree. I absolutely agree. We're like beach glass. We are like beach glass. Aren't grandchildren? Yes. Yes, Rhonda, they are absolutely. My grandson didn't come today. He's still too young, obviously, to be bebopping around like that. But I had a blast with my granddaughter, and she's getting older, so she's really, I'll show her the chickens and stuff, and she's just enamored with the chickens, loves the chickens. Can't wait till she tries to catch them or whatever, but she's not quite there yet. I have one not far from my house. I don't remember that question. I don't remember the question, Allie. So maybe it was to somebody in the comments. I'm sorry. Okay. There are owls. Oh, okay. Was it the Owl Life? The Owl Sanctuary? There are owls at the Wildlife Sanctuary of Northwest Florida. They had a baby shower Saturday. It's a fundraiser. So cool. I have to tell my friend, I have a friend down in Florida who loves owls too. And I believe she worked at an owl sanctuary that helped recovering owls. And I do remember at one point, because she showed me pictures of it, that she actually, I think one of the owls that she nursed back to health, she was actually able to let go out back into the wild. So that was pretty cool. Fox Lake. I was at Fox Lake for the birthday party. Yeah, isn't you? That's right. I keep forgetting. You guys can have birthday parties outside all year long. So, hey Daniel, how are you, hon? Everybody loves that song you made. Not as much as I do, but everybody loves that song. So, thank you. It might be a one-hit wonder. You never know. Could be. So, how was your weekend over at your brother's? I think you said you were going fishing. I have not caught your last video yet. The last one I caught of yours was the picnic one, which was really cool. That was nice. You and Carissa had a nice spread there. Bouncy house and acting out favorite video games. Oh, wow. The bouncy house. Yeah, the bouncy houses are good. Did you go in it, Allie? Yeah, I tried once. We've had a couple bouncy houses in my time here, but I can't do bouncy houses. So he turned 9. Oh, so yeah, so he's young, Rhonda. So that's a lot of fun. That's so much fun. And are they close by? I would assume not, right? Because you said you were away for the weekend. Oh, super fun, Rhonda. I'm happy for you. Hello, famous Mike. Yet, yes, Mike's going to be your grandson. Beautiful beach glass. We don't find it very often here. Oh, I don't want to make it sound like we don't find a ton of it, but every time we do go to the beach, we look and we'll typically find, I don't know, at least a half a dozen pieces. Depends how long we want to search, and it depends if it's high tide, low tide type of thing. We actually have this, I call it a secret beach. It's not really a public beach, though there's a few people there, but it's over near the Portsmouth, New Hampshire lighthouse, and you always find a ton of beach glass there, always. So I don't know if it's just the way all the waves come in and the boats and whatnot, but there's always a ton there. So we do enjoy going over there for the beach glass. And when my daughter was young, as you could imagine, she would make all these crafts or whatever, and making crafts with beach glass was one of her favorite things to do. So, but again, it was never a thing until I was in my 20s. I never even knew about it. So, but super cool. My son lives 2 hours from me. My grandson also received an award at school for personal development. So proud of him. Oh, congratulations, Rhonda. So 9 years old. Is he in 3rd grade? Because he just turned 9, so he's probably in 3rd grade, maybe? Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. How are you feeling, Daniel? Oh, Daniel, were you under the weather? I collect sand dollars. That's cool, too. Actually, I think I saw... I don't remember if it was a video, CL, or a post that you had done, and I had seen that you had done that, because we used to go up to Maine for some summer vacations, and there was a couple beaches up there that always had a ton of sand dollars. Typically, I don't think we've ever found them at any of our beaches around here, but we actually still have a bucket. I won't say a full bucket, but we have some in a bucket from when my daughter was young, so we still have some. But yeah, those are super cool. Do you ever make anything with them, CL? Do you paint them? That would be super cool. Anything beach related to me, I love. Pepto-Bismol helped a lot. So you weren't feeling good, I take it. Good. I'm glad you're feeling better. Hey, Dora, how are you, hon? Are you still in Bali? Super amazing. Been living through the last few mornings. I've actually gotten up early and have been able to watch the sunset with Dora. And actually, I think there was one time that I couldn't get to sleep. So it was on the other end, it was really late and she was doing a sunrise, maybe. There was one night that I was on when she was doing, I don't remember if it was a sunrise or if it was something else. So I'm glad you could make it. Even just to pop in and say hello, that's super cool. So, and she has such amazing stories. It seems like she's traveled all over the world. She's from Australia, for the folks who don't know, but she'll just talk about these stories, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I think she talked about how she's lived in Ireland, and I think she was even in the States for a while. So, super fun. Great analogy with the beach glass. Don't you think so, Rhonda? Again, I don't believe in coincidences. So when I found something, I'm like, okay, what's, I don't know. Yeah, I just felt it was a good analogy. I was thinking of us. And because one of the other things, and I know there's some folks who are going through a very difficult season right now. And I mean, we all have gone through them. So we certainly can relate, even if we're not going through them right now. And I think sometimes people get really down on themselves because we all talk about how you got to have faith, right? That's just, it all just falls off our tongue. You got to have faith, you got to walk in faith. But then when you're really in it, sometimes it's hard to have faith. And not only is it hard to have faith, then you start beating yourself up because you're like, why don't I have faith? I talk about having faith all the time. And the thing is faith isn't a stagnant thing. It doesn't stay still, right? It morphs, it stretches, and sometimes it just gets quiet, like really quiet. But it doesn't mean you don't have it. I mean, saying you have faith when life is good, I don't know. It's easy, right? It's just comfortable. It's easy to say. But it's, walking in the faith when things are really hard, and even when you don't want to get up that day, you still get up and you face the day. When you think you can't go anymore, or you just do. So, I don't know. I just think we shouldn't beat ourselves up so much when sometimes if we feel like we don't have faith or we're not walking in faith. Because I think everybody's been there. So, sorry. I don't know what made me go off on that tangent, but... oh, thank you, CL. I've had many jars through the years, just they kept getting bigger. So I've had this one for quite a while now, and it's still not full. So I don't know. Hopefully someday when I'm no longer here, somebody will still carry on the beach glass. And I'd love it if my children, took the beach glass or whatever, just to say, oh, this was from my grandmother. She's collected for over 50 years. So, and again, if you took, and I've thought about this before, you could take one piece of beach glass, right? Give it a name, and then write stories about it and the travels of everything the beach glass has seen. I don't know, kind of think that's kind of cool. So, but thank you, CL. I look for beach glass, but I don't find them often. Yeah. Maybe because we have a really rocky shore up here, Allie. I don't know what that would have to do with it, but I don't know. I don't know. We have our fair share, but not like it used to be, is what I'm told. So, and it's best to obviously look at low tide. Is beach glass just random pieces of bottles you find on the ground at the beach? 100%. Yeah, Daniel. And that's what I was saying. Is I had found this piece this week, and it's just a white, and it's kind of like, because it's been bounced around so much, it's like this smoky glass. And what I was saying is, I kind of was thinking, it's kind of like we are, right? Whether it's people in my community or we all just start out with jagged edges and we get bounced around. We get knocked over by the waves. We get smashed against the rocks. But over time, that's what makes us so beautiful. So it's probably hard to see, but, and you get smooth, right? So this is all smooth. So, I mean, I've found glass where it looks like it was broken the night before type of thing. And I typically will, I will put it back in the ocean, but I'll make sure it's not near anybody. But I'm like, nope, you haven't traveled enough. You haven't experienced enough to be taken out of the water yet. So, but yes, that's what beach glass is. But there's actually, like, I've seen businesses all built around beach glass. Like, people will make earrings, necklaces, all this jewelry out of it. Sometimes people will make like mirrors, almost like mosaic mirrors with beach glass. So yeah, it's quite the thing, but that's what it is. Sea glass is beautiful, and I like your comparing it to the community. Thanks, Dora. Yeah, I don't know, just kind of popped into my head. It was, but I've always thought about writing stories about it and stuff, so I guess that's what made me think about it. So Dora is always collecting beads. Oh, so you collected too, Dora. So that's awesome. Has there been any in Bali? So I remember when we went to, I want to say it was Aruba. I don't remember. And I remember making a comment to somebody at the hotel that worked there, like at the front desk or something. And I was talking about bringing beach glass home. And you know, she's like, you're not supposed to take anything from the island, this, that, the other thing. And I was like, whoa, okay. So I made sure I snuck it out really well. But that's the last time I ever said anything about beach glass when I've been traveling. So I just, hopefully that's not too bad. But you collect sea glass also. It's so pretty. So what's the difference, Dora, between, because to me it's the same thing. What's the difference between sea glass and beach glass? To me it's exactly the same. So is there a difference? Have I been explaining it wrong? Hello, hello. Hey, Pam. My friend Jan in Nova Scotia collects beach glass and makes art cards. Yeah, see? Yeah. I bet those are beautiful too, Pam. So. Hiya, CL and Mike. You know I love sea glass. So I take it you talk about it too, Dora. I'll have to, hopefully I'll catch one of those lives. Oh, looks like you're catching up. Hello, Pam, Dora. All right, Scott, you're being awful quiet. I know you said you were going to be good, but you can't be that good. Hi, Dora. Hi to everyone. Hey, Yvonne. How are you, hon? You're about to get a car wash. How was your weekend with you had your grandkid this weekend, right? I hope you had fun. Yeah, my car needs a desperate wash. So you're probably like me, going through the road. There's still salt on the roads, even though there's no more snow. It's still, until they do the street sweeping, it's still a mess. There's a park with a boardwalk. You can see the owls. That is so cool. You got to get pictures then sometime, Allie. And maybe you've already done this. I am probably like a week behind on everybody's videos. So, but I will catch up. It's just I'm a week behind. What was I going to say? Have you done a video about the eagles that you've seen? Even if you didn't get any pictures, I think you need to do a video, and maybe you already have, or a post, at least a post or something, because I think you said you saw 4 of them. So that's, I don't know if you looked it up, but yeah, that from what I recall, Allie, is especially when you see more than one, that is telling you that you are on the right path. So obviously it depends what you're going through in life. So it's different for everybody. But it's definitely good luck, or it's a positive message. And basically, it is telling you whatever path you're currently on, whatever direction you're going, it is the right path. So, but maybe you already looked it up. But you should do a video or a post or something, because I would love to hear about it. I think I told you I had seen 2 eagles in a matter of just days last year. So it was super cool. I wrote my worries on paper like you suggested. Worked a treat. So Rhonda, explain that, Rhonda. Is it that I always do a brain dump, but are you saying you write them on a piece of paper, and then do you just, tear it up and release it? Do you burn it? Or do you just do a brain dump with it? And maybe that was your last video. So I apologize if it was. It was so windy, the cake almost blew away. Oh. Yeah, how'd you like the candles? Hi, Pam. Great start to your Bible study series. That's awesome. The sanctuary rehabilitates lots of different animals. The permanent residents can't return to the wild, like Apollo the eagle. Okay. I wonder if again, I think you're up northern, the western part of the state. I don't know where. I wonder if my friend knows about this place. She may. Thank you, Scott. in MG. Okay, I don't know what that is, hon. So I know you have a live after this, Yvonne, but you'll have to let us know how your birthday was, hon. Hopefully you did something special. I think you had said that your son had taken you guys, was it for Mexican or something? So hopefully you had a nice birthday. No bounce house for me, but I had to play the momster in the role playing. Oh, the momster, got it. Playing games. We were running around and laughing. Oh, that's awesome, Allie. You're such a great mom. You really are. And I know Merrick is probably young right now, and maybe he doesn't, say it to you. But he will. He's going to remember all this. You're a great mom, hun. Just know that. Hello, 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 everybody. They put black icing on the cake, and all the kids look like they just got back from a Kiss concert. What was the theme? What was the theme of the party that it had black frosting? I guess who's popular right now, right? What superhero's popular, or what villain, or Pokemon, or I don't even know what the popular things are anymore. So as my grandkids get older, I'm sure I will. Yeah, that's funny. I've done several paintings and then added sand and shells. Okay, I'm thinking about doing a series of them. Yeah, that would be really cool, CL. Have you done a video painting? Actually, you may have, now that I'm thinking about it. I may have seen you do one. I'll have to go back. Yeah, you definitely should, hon. You definitely should. And your community's growing. It's growing. For whatever reason, I caught it the other night. I typically don't look at subscriber count for anybody, but whatever reason, you're growing, hun. That's awesome. You just, you know what? You just give so much to the community, to all the communities. You're a rock. You really are. And so good job. Really good job. Keep at it. Keep at it. You should, CL. I watched one of those paintings, CL, with the shells. Thank you. Do that, CL. Love to see those paintings. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Okie doke, I'll be on the hunt for the right canvas for a series. Awesome. Hey, Granny. How were your dates the last couple of nights or days? So I think you had asked if it was considered a date going to Home Depot. And I think I said this in my comments, I'd have to say yes, simply because most of the time we're going, it's because of a project I want my husband to do. So yeah, that counts for me. So, but you were so funny. You love sea glass. Do you collect it, Granny? Do you also collect sea glass? So, yeah, I love it. The vintage store I love has tons of handmade beach glass jewelry. Yeah, it was, I don't know if it's still a big thing. We don't really go up to Maine anymore, other than when we're going out to lunch or shopping, but we don't go on vacations anymore up there. But it was in all the stores, everywhere in the stores. Hey, Squirrel, how are you? I was thinking of you the other day because I was looking at, you had new magnets made or something, right? I was looking at those. They're pretty cool. Hello. Sea glass is salt. Beach is lake and pond. Sea glass is salt. Beach is lake and pond, freshwater. Okay, then I guess I have sea glass, not beach glass, because I don't think I've ever found a piece at a lake. So I did not know that. I will have to tell my husband. So sea glass, we have sea glass, not beach glass. You're here. Well, you can talk to Scott. We love when you're causing problems. Like I said, it adds spice. My black car looks dusty yellow, all the pollen. So you're going through pollen season. We won't go through pollen until the end of May, right through like Father's Day. I mean, there's pollen all summer, but that yellow, that heavy pine pollen, oh, it's so gross. So we get to look forward to that. You can't even open the windows here when that's falling from the trees. It is so bad. It just leaves like this whole film of yellow. And we have a big like bay window in our kitchen that looks out onto our backyard right in front of our sink. So constantly washing that during pollen season because I cannot stand looking at the pollen on the windows. It's that bad. So you saw 4 this year. Yeah, so you should do a video, Allie. You know, and maybe talk about if since it was like this year, I mean, do you feel that the message, you'll just have to do a video and see if the message applied to whatever you're walking through right now. Because I remember when I did my video, it was, I was trying to decide about this YouTube channel or not. And so since I saw the Eagles, I'm like, okay, I guess I'm doing a YouTube channel. But OCL, the oat pollen, oh Lord. So it's oat pollen for you. So that's the yellow for you guys. Ours is the pine pollen. That is that really thick yellow grime. This bet, this bet, the only one to ever make a video inspired by a Lori text message. Oh, I don't know if I inspired you, Scott, but I will take the credit, I guess. But I mean, talk about the impact. You took a simple text message and you spun it around to tell everybody how important they are. So, yeah, we miss you when you're not around. That was a great message. Yes, I had my granddaughter until 30 minutes ago. Is it going to be bed early tonight? Well, you have your live, but I'm sure you're tired. How is everyone doing this evening? I bet you were right, Scott. How are you doing, Squirrel? We did not light them. It was too windy. He was a good sport, and his mom asked if he would wait till dinner for candles. Oh, that's nice. That's good. So, you know, because you hate to disappoint them, but... Hello. I call it purge writing of your fears, resentments, and worries. Then you write, I release this to you, God. Sign it, and then shred or burn it. It can be done evening or morning every day for a week. I like that, Rhonda. I like that. I don't know if you came up with that or if that's a thing, but that, yeah. Like I said, I've heard of brain dumping, and then I've heard of, again, probably your fears or whatever you were just saying, you write them down, and I've actually seen that you burn it or sometimes shred it, like you said. So super cool. It is a good idea. I think we could all use a little of that sometimes, right? Definitely think we can. Allie, is it spring break this week there? What? Are we wrapping up spring break? Though I know the schools, like our schools, have an April vacation, but I thought the colleges mostly were wrapped up, yeah, by the end of March. So, was it Daytona that it was on the news that they were like, they had a curfew or something? Maybe it wasn't Daytona, but it was one of the beaches down there that things got so out of control that they had to give everybody a curfew. So you can't just have a good old time. You got to cause problems. Oh, you're welcome, CL. They made a video of me painting popsicle sticks. Yeah, I made is inspired by your art. No, truthfully, you are a very good artist beyond my capability. She is. And I've said this before. The other thing is you almost get lost in a trance a little bit. Even the video, I don't know if it was your last one, CL, that you did. You just kind of get lost. It's almost like a meditative type of state. You just get lost in the strokes, and then you have the music. And of course, then you have the kitties jumping in every now and again. But I don't know. I always kind of just get lost. I love that you have fun painting the popsicle sticks. Does your granddaughter help you, Granny, paint those? I bet she would love to. I bet she would love to do that. When my daughter was that age, I think you said she's 7. She would love to do anything like that. Home Depot is a hot day. And you do collect sea glass. Yeah. I have this large, I don't know if you were here when I showed it, but I have this large apothecary jar. And it's almost full. It probably has maybe about 15% of the space left, but it's almost full. And from all over the world, not necessarily like me from some of the islands we've been to, but my daughter, when she studied abroad, she had brought some back from the Amalfi Coast and Greece. So super cool. Oh, and speaking of my daughter, she just, well, I think I shared she had got a van, but she just relaunched, maybe. She just did her first video in a very long time, probably like 9-10 months. So she was re-inspired. So she just put out a video today. It was really cool to see. And she told me she was thinking about it, but she didn't tell me she put it out, and it just showed up in my feed. So I had watched it, and then probably an hour after I watched it, she's like, "Oh, by the way, Mom, I put out a video." I'm like, "I know, I already saw it." It was cool. So, where are we? Oh. My boy went as a noob. In some games, the first time you play, you wear an outfit of a noob. Noob means you're... Oh, yeah, okay. I've never heard of that, though. I've heard of newbie. So how do you dress up as a noob? So was it like a video game theme? That sounds pretty cool. Doing fine, thanks. No, I don't have a new magnet. I found a magnet in the water. Wait. Did you have stickers then made? There was something that you were showing us. I could have swore it was a magnet. So maybe it was stickers. You had something made from your channel or for your channel. There's a beach in California where there's a ton of glass. Beach in Fort Bragg. Oh, that's cool. Did you say you collected, Allie? I'm sorry, I forget. There are lots of old oaks on the street. They pollen on everything. I wonder if they're the same oak trees as up here. I would imagine. We just don't get at least I don't think we get a ton of pollen from them up here. It's the pine trees that are the biggest problem. But do you guys have pine trees in Florida? Is that a dumb question? I don't know if that's a dumb question. They have those little things that are just like full of all the yellow pollen, and as they drop it, they break and go everywhere. I think that is a good idea. I actually know a place where a couple nested years ago. It's along a river, and I thought of going there and seeing if they are still nesting there. It has been 20 years. Yeah, and I think I had showed one night of the live cam of a nest, and it's in Texas, and of the babe eagle that hatched. They've been doing it for years, but 2 hatched this year, but I think only, well, I haven't seen it in a while, but only one had made it thus far. And like I said, I probably haven't gone out to it in probably, I don't know, maybe 3-4 weeks. So, but they're fascinating to watch, really fascinating. And they stay with the parents for almost a year. Like they will come back to the same nest for a while. So I think they're fascinating. Scott, I think we often have no clue how our lives intertwine with someone else. It can be just a simple one-time meeting that changes everything. That is 100% true, Granny. You never know how just one thing, right? One choice, one decision. If you didn't make it or you went a different direction, absolutely could change everything, or even just the people that you meet. And sometimes, somebody's only in your life for a season, but a huge impact. So you're right, Granny. Caught a little bass today at the old Avoca Fish Hatchery on a curly-tailed grub. This year, that's the go-to lure for me in natural color. No video was made because they had a wedding going on. So they got on a little camera there. No, I'm just kidding, Daniel. So that's good. And you had fun with the... Did you see the nieces and nephews again this weekend, or was that just last weekend? You can go a little bit later today if you want, because I am not home yet. So I think I'll be starting my live about 7:15. Okay, Yvonne, thank you. So, hey, and you'll have a nice clean car. So every now and again I can coax my husband into taking my car to go get it clean. So my son is going back Monday from spring break. The colleges have come and gone. My son is going. Okay. That's right. You said he was on vacation this week, right? We have spring break this week for our schools. Do you folks have a February vacation, or do you just have your Christmas vacation and then the one in March? Is that how you do it? Because we have one. They have the Christmas, and then there's one in February, and then there's one in April. So... I smiled at everyone when I was out Saturday. The owner of the vintage store loved that I always find something small to buy when I stop in her shop. I wish we had a local place like that around here. I was just trying to think. We have a couple thrift stores, but it's, or I think the Salvation Army. And I haven't gone there, but I have a friend whose son likes to go to the Salvation Army store, and she was telling me that the prices are out of this world. She said she used to be able to go in and things were very inexpensive there, but now she can't believe some of the prices on the stuff. He used to be able to go in and for $20 get, I guess a lot. And now for $20, he's lucky if he walks out with one or two things. So, and it's usually, he's not looking for clothes or anything. It's usually, I don't know, toys or knickknacks or not video games, but old movies. He likes to collect old movies. So you're fortunate. See, I wish we had a thrift store. And the other thing is, maybe not. I was trying to think. I was thinking maybe there was this old TJ Maxx and they were shutting down. I thought I saw something about a store going in there, but no, I'm confusing things. So, but that's awesome, CL. You smiled at everybody on Saturday. I bet you usually smile at everybody, but did you get smiles back? Or do people try not to look at you? When I'm out walking sometimes, and sometimes I'll be like, yep, I'm going to say hi to everybody. I say hi to everybody. But sometimes I make a point of saying, I'm going to say hi to everybody. And sometimes people won't even look. They won't look up. They won't look at me. Who's this crazy lady walking towards me? So, but it is nice. All the snow is gone. It's still cold, but at least all the snow is gone. So it has been nice. A lot more people out walking and stuff. Hope you're feeling better, DG. Oh yeah, she lives to paint anything. Yeah, she loves to paint anything. I would imagine she would. So it's good that you have a little helper. Hey, Jason, how are you, hon? So I liked your onion video the other day. But man, I do not like the heat. So God bless you on that one. Oh, I thought I was almost done. I used to live very close to the Amalfi Coast. We drove down there once a month or so. What? You lived in Italy? Really, Scott? That's something I don't know about you. Not that I know a lot of things about you, I don't. Very cool. Hello, hello. Sally's taking a break. So she wasn't feeling well. So she said she wanted to take a break. So glad your daughter's jumping back into her life after the accident. Yeah. Thank you, Granny. Yeah, I asked her not too long ago because she's coming home in a couple of weeks. She has to finish a job out there, and then I think she heads home on April 19th, which I'm not sure how long it'll take her. But, so yeah, but I had asked her, are you going to be nervous about, driving for hours like that? And she said at first she was, but she thinks she'll be okay. So, because I was actually hoping that her boyfriend could drive with her one way. I think she's going to come home and then he'll fly here because she'll be here for a few weeks because of her sister's graduation in May. But then she'll head back. And she already has a list about this long of things she wants us to help her do with the van. So, I mean, the van's nice, but she just wants to make it her own and change up a few things. And she wants to put a backsplash behind her kitchen sink and where she cooks the counter. And when she was studying abroad, she got some really nice tile, just a few pieces of tile from Italy. So she wants to be able to put those in, against maybe white subway tile. I don't know what she's going to pick, but so it's just a few things like that. Some of the storage stuff she needs switched around. And then mostly just kind of decorating it, if you would. But it's super cool. It's super cool she's happy and it's good to see her in it. So thank you, Granny. Yep, Dress's favorite Roblox character. Okay. Roblox. I don't know anything about it, but I have heard about it. So that's cool, Allie. So is that like his thing right now, or is it just that it's that's what his friend chose to do, or do all the kids just love that right now, the Roblox? I'm going to make new stickers for my channel. Yeah, I gotta make some too, Squirrel. So I gotta make some. Yes, I have some sea glass, not a lot. You don't need a lot. I think it has good energy, right? I'm all about the energy and the vibration something brings, and because it either raises your vibration or it lowers. And I don't know. I just think sea glass is definitely a high vibration. Yes, we do. I don't know what that was for. Yes. Oh, pine trees? Yes, have pine trees. In fact, we have a number of different varieties. Okay. I don't know why I would have thought that you guys didn't, but I know it was a silly question. So you must get a ton of yellow pollen with those as well then. Yes, many pine tree forest. Okay. Yes, we have tall pine trees across the street and at most parks. I don't know why I didn't think there were pine trees down there. Hey, Dana, I did just mention that Sally just said she wasn't feeling good, so she was going to take a break. So okay. Alice, she didn't answer my text. So she did. It was probably 6:30, maybe, that I heard from her. It was the last time. Let me just look real quick. Yeah, 6:23 was the last time. So, and she did tell me that she wasn't going to be on, or she didn't think she'd be on. So She even said she wasn't sure if she was going to do her live stream tomorrow. So, just going to have to wait and find out. So, I asked the doctor at the ER if he could sew my own stitches. He said, suit yourself. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. That was a good one. See, now I feel loved because you shared one of your jokes on my channel. So thank you. Hopefully Sally is getting some rest. Her sleep schedule doesn't sound healthy. No, she doesn't have one. She does not have one. So I think she's kind of felt off all day. I have not talked to her. I just think she's obviously a lot on her shoulders, and I think that's worrying her, and I do not think that helps with everything else going on with her health. So definitely prayers. If anybody's a praying person, they definitely can, there's several people in our community that could use prayers, but Sally and Daryl are definitely two of them. They get President's Day in February, and usually the Friday prior is some kind of teacher worked in. Okay, so they get that long weekend. Has anyone used a drone to film some outside footage? If yes, which one? Not I. Maybe Scott. Scott, have you? Also get MLK Day off. Yeah, in January. I hope so too, CL. She really needs more sleep. Yeah, and you know what? I always say the body keeps the score, but there's also this this other book, which is really, really good. Oops. Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. It just, you don't understand the importance for longevity, for everything. You need the sleep because that's where you rejuvenate. That's where things grow. That's where they heal. It really is a detriment to our longevity if we don't get sleep. So, yeah, she needs to somehow, even, I'm not a big proponent of any type of medications or anything like that unless it's necessary, but maybe it's necessary just to get her on a schedule, and then just so her body can start getting used to going to bed at 10 and getting up at 6 or whatever the time frame is. So my husband wants a drone. I wonder if Rob has one. Rob, do you I don't know if he has one, so I'm not gonna for filming. Actually, Jason, that would be really good for you. That'd be really cool to be able to see over your whole homestead there and the different gardens, and that would be super cool. Okay, Scott was the only person that I thought might have one. I will ask, I have a close friend, Jason, who actually travels quite a bit and does photography, and he uses drones quite a bit. He doesn't have a YouTube channel or anything, but if you want, I will ask him, and I can drop you a note over on your channel, and because he uses his all the time to take photos off the coast and whatnot. So I'd be more than happy to ask him. I'll text him after this, if that's helpful. We have lots of thrift stores, but not as inexpensive as they used to. Yes, exactly. That's what my friend was saying. It's just crazy how much, like, no deal, right? There's just no deal anymore. I only go to the local places, the Goodwill and Salvation Army. All right, I'm going to speed this. I'm always so slow. Overprice everything. Okay, because I know she brings them a lot to the Salvation Army, and then there's another place called Savers, but I think she was saying that Savers is just as... My daughter, when she was in high school, could go to this place called Savers with $20, and she would come home with like 8 articles of clothing. And the big thing back then was to go to a thrift store, buy it, and then kind of like redesign it. Maybe cut the neck off or cut something off or put a patch on. It was like all the craze. I'm like, hey, it saves me a lot of money. Sure, go do it. So, yep. He has to be studying for the license to fly them in Florida. You need a license. Okay. Okay. Do you need a license everywhere, Allie? Or is it just Florida? Or is that the only one you're aware of? Yes, he wants to film in Ohio at the farm. Yeah, that'd be cool too, Granny. To be able to, get it from above like that. I want to see if I can find somebody who does like drone photography up near the lake because I'd like to get a picture of our lake house for my husband for Father's Day. Hey, there she is. So were your ears ringing, Sally? They were sending out the search party. We were all worried. Yes, a little north of Naples. Okay. I think we're talking different Amalfi Coast then. They all smile at the places I frequent. Go back to sleep. I hope you were sleeping, Sally. I thought you were dying, Mike. Hey, Catherine, how are you, hon? I'm glad you could pop in. Yes, still dying. Oh. There she is. All right, I have a few more minutes. You did it wrong, Allie. That's wonderful. She'll be home. I love when I get to see my girl. Have not seen her in over a year. Yeah, she'll be here for a few weeks. I'm really excited, Granny. I really am. Because I don't get to see her just a few times a year. She'll fly home, but typically she doesn't want to drive all this way. And Lord knows where the flights are going to be as far as pricing and whatnot. So it's going to go through the roof, I would imagine. You're supposed to say Sally D, and I say Allie G. Ah, okay. Sally D. Hello, hello. Someone said Sally, and poof, she appeared. I think she's Beetlejuice. All right, Allie G, how was the party? I hope it didn't rain. She said it was very windy. Tonight's dinner is leftover garlic rolls, but fear not. These are magical garlic rolls. No carbs and no calories. Not, but they are amazing. That sounds awesome. Scott, we had steak and salmon on the grill. Ooh, a little surf and turf. I do love you, Sally. Everybody was asking where you were. LA did not rain here either. Okay. See, Sally, we all thought of you. So I don't know when you joined, Sally, but I was talking about how we're all a piece of this beach glass. So I'll have to tell you about it. I have a drone that I use for my outdoor footage, just not my recent videos because I don't want people knowing who I am. Oh, so Mike, I think he was asking which one do you have? Are you happy with it? Grifter, the camper van has a cool little drone. Griffer, the camper van has a cool little drone. If you're looking for a drone, DJI has a really good one. I don't know if Oki's still on. We used to get Good Friday off, but they took that off the corporate calendar, moved it to January. Yeah, our kids used to get Good Friday off from school, and they don't anymore. Before my daughter left high school, they took it away. So, Mike, no one sees you, brat. Steak and salmon. Granny is living the good life. She certainly is. And she goes to Home Depot for her dates. What's better? We all see him. He's already famous. Scott, stop encouraging him. He dreams enough as it is. Say hello to my brother Daryl for me, Sally, and tell him for lunch I had our mutual favorite beverage. Scott, we eat well. Type faster. She's catching up. Yay, I'm catching up. Writing this at 8:02. Oh, I'm not bad. It's 8:07. Yes, please, Laura. I would love the drone info. Okay, I'll call David after this. My emails and my mate. Okay, cool. Sometimes looking at my sleep score on my Apple Watch is scary. The numbers of times I was awake during the night is OTTs over the top. Over the top some nights. Oh, yeah. Catherine, I've had sleep scores of like 43. You know, I try and keep it above like 85. And I don't always do it, but some nights I do. But you're right. That and how many times does your heart go below 40? Does anybody track that? And my heart goes below 40 like 6-7 times a night. My neighbor just gave me a big box of canning jars. I am so excited. What are you going to can, Granny? We used to can tomatoes, but there's so many different things. Do you can any fruit? I love canning jars, Granny. I normally join another Bible study on Sunday nights, but it's canceled tonight, so I can watch Yvonne's stream. Awesome. No spamming, Sally. 8:09. Okay, she said I have 6 more minutes, but we'll be done soon. Just, again, Mike, nobody sees you. I'm not spamming. Scott told me to type faster, and that's how fast I type. The Skycam photos are so cool to have framed. There is a show on TV, and it's all drone footage all across America. That's really cool. Yeah, I would think it is. I would think it is. I mean, talk about even a business, right? If you could learn how to fly one of those drones. Oh, I bet there's a ton of things you could do to start a little business. I love all of you. Thank you for being concerned. I was a bit concerned myself. Oh, I think I'm at the end. It's now 8:40. When is she going to read my message? No, it isn't. You silly girl. All right. All cut up. The date is the 29th. Oh, just real quick, one more thing. I just wanted to show. I meant to show it on Thursday and I forgot. I don't know if you guys can see it. Sally made me a mug. And that's us in our race next year. So, pretty cool, huh? I'm going to have her make me a mug for my channel. Okay. We mind meld at the worst possible times. Mind melding in the dark side of empathy. It's easy to get sucked into another's energy, priorities, and emotions, especially when someone you love is going through a hard time. Unfortunately, our good intentions and desire, no needs, for everything to be okay often pull us into their vortex of confusion, pain, doubt, and negativity. We tend to mind meld at the worst possible times. It's the dark side of empathy. The goal is to walk beside them, not to feel their pain so deeply that it truly becomes your own. It's hard to rise above in this way, but it's the most important thing you can do when someone you love is walking a hard road. So create that lane of support next to them and stay in it as long as they need. But remember to always protect your own emotional well-being. Ask yourself this: do I tend to take on others' pain, doubt, and negativity? And what can I do to stop? So that was the 29th. All right, folks. Thank you. Thank you. I enjoyed our conversation tonight. It was, I don't know. It was just a nice way to end the weekend for me. Though we have Yvonne's stream next if anybody can make it. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see everybody throughout the week. The Sea Glass Collective. So, I love you guys. Have a great night. Oh, you know what? I'm going to play my opening. I'm going to play my opening for my closing. All right, guys. Have a good night.
She laces up her shoes at sunrise. Camera in her hand, hope in her eyes. Dust on the trail, sky open wide. Talking about grace with every stride. Welcome to love.